Okay, so here I am in my motherboard's UEFI BIOS. As you can see, it's a ASRock C77 Extreme 4. Um, as in the wiki, make sure secure boot is disabled. It is, so let's give it a run. Okay, so now I'm going to choose my boot device, and I'm going to use the UEFI USB drive. So I'm going to choose the default because I don't have a video card with proprietary drivers, so I don't need a non-preset install. So so this is the open box version, 64-bit, and okay, so I'm gonna do the steps just like in the wiki. Almost got it there. Okay. Just like in the wiki, I'll update the setup. Now I'm going to go into the setup. Okay, I'm going straight into the testing installer because it's the only one that has EFI support. I'm gonna set up the date and time. Okay. Now, I just want to show real quick what happens when I try to partition the drives manually, which is what I'm trying to do because in the wiki it does say explicitly that the auto prepare option might not it might not work properly. It might not set up the partitions properly. So this is like, I don't know what reinstall. I've reinstalled this like 100 times, but as you can see, this is the auto prepare partition. Now what I was trying to show is this, that when I want to do a new partition, it's asking me to do it in sectors. So that's what happens. But so I'm going to try it again with just for the auto prepare option, just because I don't know how to partition in sectors. So how to prepare, yes, GPT. So I'm going to choose my SSD. So it's SDA. So boot partition. See, one of the things I noticed was that when you choose the auto prepare option, it doesn't set up a EFI partition, and that's one of the things that was said in the wiki. It made a little note that you should set up an EFI partition from 100 to like about roughly around 100 megabytes. So maybe I'm assuming that that's why it might not be working properly. The problem is that, and you will see this, it's that grub. I get an error message when I try to set up grub, so the bootloader. So let's see. So it says auto prepare was successful, which I highly doubt, but okay. I'm going to install the system. Okay. an open box. So it's a shame it won't work because, um, like I had mentioned in a post, the Windows, I had Windows 7 before on this SSD, and in one of the reinstalls I was doing late last night, I accidentally erased it. So, okay, so it installed both the root image and the open box, and it erased it, and so now pretty much I don't have an operating system on my main rig, which is my desktop, and it's a shame because it's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice desktop. I built it about a year ago, and well, I want to have Manjaro running on it. Um, so here it's just finishing up the install. So I'm going to do a little close up so you guys can read the error message I've been getting. So there it's just synchronizing Pac-Man databases, package manager databases. Configuring system D, configuring display manager. It says fixing some applications. Okay, so I mean, right up to there, I would think that everything was going perfect. Um, some random password. Shit. Yeah, let's just say he gets right. Make up a password. Okay, so as you can see, guys, set up a root password and a user account. So I would think I don't have to touch any of these other options, set up any of these things, because it says they're optional. So I'm gonna go back and I'm going to follow with the last step. Oh, and this again, you see right there, it says warning, possibly missing firmware module for the AIC94XX and BFA. So this is where everything goes to shit. When I try to install the UEFI, I'm sorry, when I try to install the Grub bootloader. So I'm going to choose UEFI x86-64 because it's 64-bit. Grub 2, see? So I'm going to choose Grub bootloader. See, and here it says error installing Grub UEFI. Check temp folder for Grub UEFI install log file. And then it says you probably need to install it manually by rooting into install. Don't forget to bind devices, system, and process directories into install before rooting. So I'm just going to check this file, this log file that it's asking me for more info, which it doesn't because I've checked it before. It doesn't tell me anything. So here we have the file that we're talking about. So I'm gonna open it up with Nano just to read it. And if I could remember, it doesn't say anything. It just says to root, failed to run command. Um, user /bin/grub install no such file or directory. So that is my little problem right now. I don't know where to go from here. Like I said, the only thing that I'm thinking right now that might work is maybe setting up a partition manually, because um, in the wiki it did say that sometimes when you choose the auto prepare option, it doesn't work. So it doesn't set up the partitions properly. Just to show you guys, I'm going to reboot, and you will see nothing. I get a little error message. Boot, reboot, and select proper boot device. So pretty much, yeah, that is my problem.